Hello guys, this is Teacher Abel speaking again, and today we're going to study another topic, okay? We're going to move to Unit 9, and in this case we're going to study pronouns, direct and indirect objects, okay? So let's start. First, let's go over a revision, okay? What's a pronoun first? First, we need to understand that pronouns replace or refer to nouns. And I have here an example. Mary is afraid to speak in public. So, she challenges herself by taking a public speaking class. As you see here, we have two classes. Mary is afraid to speak in public, and the other class is, so she challenges herself by taking a public speaking class. For not to repeat the name Mary, we have used another pronoun there, which is she. Yes. Okay. Also, we have used another pronoun, which is herself. Herself is a reflective pronoun. We will study indeed these pronouns ahead, okay? Now, let's continue. We have different types of pronouns, okay, according to the function they develop within the sentence. We have subject pronouns. For example, we have I. Then for I, we have the object pronoun me. Now we have possessive determiner as well, plus noun. These are not pronouns, they are adjectives, okay? So we have the adjective or the possessive adjective my. For example, my t-shirt. My teacher is wearing a t-shirt, okay? So we have that. Then we have the possessive pronoun. In this case, we're talking about a pronoun. Mine. We have the reflexive one, myself, and we have a reciprocal, each other. In this case, each other is used when two persons do a reciprocal action. For example, they kiss each other. This means that person A kiss person B and person B kiss person A as well. We have another kind of a reciprocal pronoun. We have one another. In this case, one another is used similar to each other, but when we have three or more persons or people in that conversation. For example, they can say, they had one another. This means that person A had person B and person C. Person B as well had person A and person C had person A and person B. Okay? I hope this is not confusing, but that's the way English is. So we use each other for two people and one another for three or more people, okay? Now let's continue. We have another subject, which is you. We have the object, you, it doesn't change. We have the possessive adjective. Remember that these ones are not pronouns, but they are adjectives, okay? Or determiners, they call it as well, so don't worry. Then we have the possessive pronoun, which is yours, the reflexive one, which is yourself. We have he, him, his, for example, his pencil. His pencil is yellow, okay? Then we have his again, himself, she, her plus a noun, hers, herself, it, its. In here we don't have a possessive pronoun for the subject pronoun it. Why? Because in English, animals and objects cannot possess a thing. We cannot say, for example, that a dog possesses something, because only humans can possess, okay? Can have possessions, okay? So that's why. Then we have itself. the dog bite itself. Okay, maybe he was chasing his own tail and he bite himself or itself, sorry. Okay, then we have we, us, our. Be careful with the word us. This is a s sound. We say us. If we say as with a z sound, that's a different word, okay? So we have that one. Then we have ours, ourselves. Then we have they, them, their, theirs, and themselves, okay? So basically these are the pronouns we have in English. Are you ready to use them? Okay, maybe we need to review some rules, okay, before we start using them, okay? Let's go over the rules of usage. We have using pronouns. The first rule is that you will use a subject pronouns. Do you remember them? We just studied them. To replace nouns in the subject position. This is the example I just gave you at the very beginning. We have another example. Alison wants to be more fit. She is taking an exercise class. Okay. Then we have use object pronouns to replace nouns in the object position. This is really important. We have Sarah loves exercise classes. How do we know that exercise classes is an object noun or is a noun in the position of an object? Well, we ask the question what just after the verb of the sentence. So we say Sarah loves what? The answer will be the object. So if we said Sarah loves what? Exercise classes. This is the answer, so this is the object of the verb love. Okay, so in this case, this noun is in the object position. If it is in the object position, to replace it, we're going to use an object pronoun. She takes them 3 times a week. We cannot say she takes they 3 times a week because they is a subject pronoun. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, if not, if you have any questions, remember that you can ask me. We have another rule. Use a possessive pronoun to replace a possessive determiner plus singular or plural noun. Do you remember that I said the possessive determiners are not pronouns, but they are adjectives? Okay, now you can replace these adjectives with possessive pronouns. How come? You can say, my exercise class is at night. Now, this is my exercise class. What about if I want to talk about her exercise class? Instead of saying her exercise class, which is a possessive determiner plus a singular noun, we will say hers is on the weekend. Hers stands for her exercise class. The possessive pronoun agrees with the subject that it replaces. Remember that there are different nouns, and for these nouns, there are different possessive pronouns. We just studied them, okay? Amy's classes meet in the afternoon. His meet in the morning. Okay, his stands for classes. In this case, we're not talking about a girl, but about a boy. Okay, so we use the possessive pronoun his. Let's continue. Use reflexive pronouns when the object of the sentence is the same as the subject. Use them in the object position. Okay, let's see. When the subject, in this case, I, is the same as the object. Do you remember how we know what is the object of the sentence? Yes, asking the question what after the verb. I thought, or who in this case, right? Because it's a person. I thought who. Since the person who I thought is myself, okay, is I itself, let's say, then the pronoun, the reflexive pronoun will be myself. The action The person who does the action is the person who receives the action as well. Can challenges himself. Can challenges can is another way to say it, but that's weird. That's why we use for reflexive pronouns. Let's continue. The students didn't hurt themselves. Okay. The action in this case, the action affects the person, the same person who does it. Okay, now let's continue with another rules. Use by plus a reflexive pronoun to mean alone or without any help. My son can ride a bike by himself. Okay, interesting that we can use the preposition by and later a reflexive pronoun to mean that someone did something alone or without help. Lara works out by herself. My students are watching this video by themselves. Okay, you alone without any help. Okay, let's continue. Use reciprocal pronouns when two or more people give and receive the same action or have the same relationship. For example, Mary and I have the same challenges. We help each other. Do you remember how did I explain this before? Yes, right? I help Mary and Mary helps me. It's reciprocal. Tom and his sisters emailed one another about the news. Each person emailed the other people. In here, if you pay attention, we have Tom and his sisters. We don't know how many sisters, but maybe they are two. So we use one another when we have more than three people talking in a conversation, okay? And we use each other when we talk about two people, okay? I hope you remember that. Now it says you can use one to replace a singular noun. Use ones to replace a plural noun. I need an exercise class. That one looks good. Now, you know that one, the number, can be a pronoun as well. I love that one. Which one you could say? The red one. But what are you talking about? I'm talking about the car, man. Okay, so you can replace nouns with one. Also, if you say ones, you are referring to a plural noun. For example, do you want grapes? Yes, I want the ones who are in the refrigerator. Okay, that's the way English works. We have here the white running shoes are nice. I like the black ones. Okay, more examples. Look at this. Each other is about 4 times more frequent than one another. Okay, that's let's say like a cultural fact. Let's continue. Now we have direct and indirect objects. Important, okay? This is really important because, as I mentioned before, we have objects working in the direct position and objects working in the indirect position. We will see that. Objects are nouns that receive the action of a verb. Some sentences have 2 objects after the verb. An indirect object, we are going to call it IO, and a direct object, we're going to call it DO. We have some examples. They gave the winner an award. How do we know which noun is which object, right? Okay. Do you remember the question we make to know the direct object? We ask what or who after the verb. Let's try it in this sentence. We say, they gave what? They gave what? An award. That's the answer. They gave an award. To find the direct object, we ask the question, what, right? Now, they gave what again? An award. Now, find the indirect object, we ask the question to whom or to what. We add the preposition to there. Be careful. They gave an award to what? Or to whom in this case? To the winner. The winner is the IO or the indirect object. We have some rules as well to use these direct and indirect objects. We have the direct object is the person or thing that receives the action of the verb. For example, the teacher gave what? A test. That's the direct object. It receives the action. Okay, what did the teacher give? A test. Or the teacher gave what? A test. A direct object. The indirect object is the person or thing that receives the direct object. The teacher gave what to whom? The teacher gave a test to whom? To the students. That's the indirect object. The student received the test. You can use indirect object plus direct object. We can change the order or the position of the objects. The teacher gave the students a test. Or you can say the teacher gave a test to the students. Okay? You can also use direct object plus preposition plus indirect object. The sentence have the same meaning. The sentence I just gave you. The teacher gave a test to the students. You see? Do not use to and for with indirect object plus direct object. We cannot say the teacher gave to the students a test. No. Never ever. The pronouns for indirect objects are me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. The teacher gave her a test. Okay. The teacher gave a test to her. You can replace both the direct and the indirect objects with pronouns when you use direct objects plus preposition plus indirect object. For example, the teacher gave it to her. It refers to the test, and her refers to the student. For example, if I said, Roberto gave the cell phone to his mother, how would you replace the two nouns there for direct object pronouns and for indirect object pronouns? How? I will repeat. Roberto, I don't know if I said Roberto, but Roberto gave his cell phone to his mom. Roberto gave it to her. Or Roberto gave her a phone. Okay? You can change it. That's the way it works. Okay? We never said the teacher gave her it. That's why we cannot, if we say direct object, indirect object, we can use actually the two pronouns. But if we use the formula IO plus DO, we cannot use the pronouns. Okay? Pay attention to that. Okay, in here, we can use the two pronouns. In this formula, we cannot use the two pronouns. Okay? So basically, that's it. That's today's class, right? If you have any question, again, you can go and ask me. And try to take notes, right? When you are watching these videos. Again, thank you very much for watching. And if you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, right? No, I'm just kidding, right? Thank you very much. And see you later in another class.